are moving on. Aaron Rodgers has done it again.
Grossi Posse Packer Nation, welcome to another episode of Packcast, the podcast where you don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I am your host, Tom Grossi, and looks like Goody McGootster, which is what I'm calling Brighton Gutenkernst, because I don't want to say his last name too many times, because then it'll be like summoning Beetlejuice, has signed another defensive player. Who is it? Tom, is it Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie? Right? Is it Breland? Who is it? It's our old friend, the 35-year-old Tramon Williams. Now, this is according to James Jones, who's been getting quite the number of scoops this season, if I have to do say so. Mr. Jones, a well done to you. Obviously still wearing the magical hoodie. According to James Jones, they are signing a 2-year deal after being 3 years apart with the Packers. Just to kind of give you a rundown, of course, all of you remember good old Tramon Williams went to the Pro Bowl, helped us win Super Bowl 45, had 28 interceptions with the Packers. Then he spent 2 seasons with the Browns, which is why it's important, because he also spent a season with Pettin as the head coach. So he knows Pettin. He obviously knows the Green Bay Packers. So here's another former Pettin boy, because, of course, Muhammad Wilkerson was also under that boat as well with the Jets when he was defensive coordinator. And so now everybody knows each other, which is good. Then last season he spent it with the Cardinals, in which he had 2 picks. He played 9 out of 13 games, 41 tackles, and a fumble return. With the Browns, by the way, he had 105 tackles and 2 picks. So a couple things. While this is not a flashy signing in any way, shape, or form, I think it's starting to make itself clear what the Packers' goal is this offseason. So we shored up the defensive line. We really don't have any problems there. Our defensive line is super sexy. I know Eagles fans, yours are sexier, but it's not a competition, even though that's literally the game of football. It's a competition. I'm going to get out of this analogy now. All right, so what I mean by we can understand where the Packers are going with this. Tramon Williams, while I love him, and I will always have a special spot in my heart for him, he's 35 years old, but the contract hasn't come out yet. I'm going to assume that he's super cheap, as that there wasn't a big market for him. This fills a need, because the cornerback position right now, we are just desperate for help. And this is a Band-Aid. And so he's signed for 2 years. I'm sure if we wanted to, or if he doesn't play well, we can cut him next year. This is obviously, Tramon Williams is not the long-term solution to our cornerback problems, but I see him as a stopgap in which he's going to help our younger guys this year. The Packers are obviously going to be targeting cornerback with the draft. I wouldn't be surprised if it's from the first round we pick a hybrid guy, or, the first couple rounds we pick a cornerback. The Packers have always been best available, but I can see us definitely targeting that because our backfield really, really needs help. And so while I'm not like, oh my God, yay, I'm happy to see Tramon Williams back. I hope that he plays well, but this is essentially like he can mentor the guys, and he can he's a body, and the team knows him, the defensive coordinator knows him, and hopefully he'll be able to play well. Now, there's a couple of other names that have been popping up as well. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, right? So he's 32 years old. He had a down season last year. Obviously, he fought with coaches. I could see him being signed as well, because he'd be signing for super duper cheap. It's scraping the barrel, and it's one of those contracts that you hope he plays well. You sign him for a year or two. If he doesn't pan out, you cut him. So I wouldn't be surprised if they wind up picking DRC up. And then the other one who you keep flooding my comments with him is Breland. So 26 years old. He just failed a physical with the Panthers. In 2016, this guy was god-awful. I mean, I know that right now we're treating him like the second coming, but look at the stats, guys. 2016, he was terrible. He was a bad tackler. He was a bad tackler last season. He had 1 pick last season, but he got a little bit better in coverage. And so he's one of those guys, again, the contract for him is going to be super duper low. Hopefully he can pass a physical. And so he would be a contract that, again, you sign him for a couple years and hope that he becomes that breakout star, and you kind of take it from there. But it seems like the Packers are completely reworking that backfield, in which they're getting these guys who are old, bottom of the barrel, Hope that they have 1 or 2 good seasons left in them as they bring in the fresh talent, the new blood, and take it from there. And I don't think it's a terrible plan. I just hope that our defensive line keeps sacking the cornerback, because I really don't want to see 45-yard passes being thrown on our defense all the time, as all of us Packer fans have PTSD with, and essentially just letting other teams just walk down the field. So with that being said, welcome back, Tramon Williams. I hope you play at least 1 more year very well, because he did look good last season with the Cardinals. I can't complain. 41 tackles and 2 picks. It's not too bad. So we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next coming week, though, we do pick up another cornerback from free agency, and we'll take it from there. But definitely draft time, we'll be getting our men. You can always find me at TomGrossiComedy.com, TomGrossi Comedy, or Tom Grossi Comedy on the Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Also, check out the Patreon. Always appreciate that. Tom Grossi Comedy. Packcast, Packast, which is his podcast. We're on Soundcloud, iTunes, Google Play Music, and, of course, here on the YouTubes. So let me know what you think about Tramon Williams. You happy to see him back? Are you kind of agreeing with this strategy that the Packers are implementing? Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack Go.